5 is about solving polynomial equations. So we just went from solving quadratics to solving polynomial. The goal here is to get this down to a quadratic. So the first thing I want to do here is move the 3x over. So what I end up with is subtract 3x, so I get 2x cubed it's supposed to be a 3 minus 5x squared minus 3x equals 0. Every time you want to solve it, it has to equal 0, just like quadratics. So pull an x out. So if I pull an x out, I'm with 2x squared minus 5x minus 3 equals 0. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and take each thing that's an x, so equal to 0. Well, again, how can I solve minus 3? That's a quadratic now. Now you have a lot of ways that you can solve, but I always find that the easiest way to do it is quadratic formula. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. That gives me 5 plus or minus the square root of 49 all over 4, which ends up giving me 5 plus or minus 7 over 4 for a final answer of 0. From here, 5 plus 7 divided by 4 is 3. 5 minus 7 divided by 4 is negative 1/2. There's all my solutions. Again, 3 solutions, 3 solutions. Same process here. Let's move the 6x cubed over. So 3x to the 4th minus 6x cubed plus 12x squared. Now, what's the common term here? Well, I could pull a 3 out. I can also pull an x squared out of all of it. Divide everything by that. Well, it gives me x squared. 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. X cubed divided by x squared is x. 12 divided by 3 is 4. X squared divided by x squared, that is gone. Three x squared equals 0. Again, that all equals 0. So 3x squared equals 0. X squared minus 2x plus 4 equals 0. Solve. Well, that's easy. X equals 0. Now, what do we get here? Negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c over 2a. So 2 plus or minus square root of ends up giving me negative 12 under the radical over 2. So again, pull the I out, reduce your radicals, you get 2 plus or minus 3i radical. Sorry, it took me a second, I messed up. 12 reduces to 4 and 3, so that would be 2i radical 3 over 2. Now notice that I have a 2, so I can reduce that again. So it becomes 1 plus or minus I radical 3. So there's 2 roots, and then the final root is 0. That's your final answer. Now this is a nice chart, but really what I want you to concentrate on is this right here. Okay, that's what we want to concentrate on. That's what we want to write down. The rest of it is, you've done it before, so it's not really that big of a deal. But This stuff right here is what I need you to do. So here, how do I solve? Well, same difference. I still have to get... So when we have this stuff here, I want to take the cube root of the first. That gives me x. Cube root of the last, that gives me 1. Okay, you're just referring to that chart I just had you copy down. Okay, and then you end up with a squared, which is x, plus ab plus b squared, plus 1 times x, which is x, plus b squared, which is 1. The signs are always the same no matter what. So now solve. Set each thing equal to 0. So x minus 1 equals 0. That's easy. Add 1. I get x equals 1. There's one of my roots. And then set the other thing equals 0. X squared plus x plus 1 equals 0. Quadratic formula, negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. So that gives me negative 1 plus or minus. That gives me negative 3 in there, so I radical 3 over 2. There's your other two answers. So 1, those are your answers total.